just want to throw out some people you've worked with in the
Okay.
past few years. You worked with Lou Reed.
Oh,
Can you
that was a
tell us?
trip.
Can you tell us how that happened, how that came about, and tell us about the experience?
I think Lou. The thing with Lou had to do with his music director,
Okay.
Hal
Hal Wilner.
Wilner. I would say Warner. I never can do his name. Hal Wilner, and he seen me.
Okay.
I mean, he had something to do with.
He's a great producer.
He had something to do with me with the Baby Love Jazz.
Oh, okay.
He introduced me to those guys or
Jim
those,
Bernstein.
yeah, and something happened with that. I
Oh,
know
okay.
it was something with from Baby Love Jazz, and how he thought of the mixture with me with Lou Reed, I have no idea. And with Anthony of Anthony and the Johnsons, cause
Right.
and here Anthony's like 6 and some change. I'm like 4'11", and he has that. Anthony have that. He reminds me of now that y'all don't know, but back in the day, Tiny, what was his name? Not Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim. I used to sing a song, tiptoe to the and not saying that Anthony sings like that, but it's something that he when he's singing with his voice that he can go like and he remind me of him. So and that mixture, but it worked perfect when I saw the thing that I had even heard that song Lou Reed, and then when I heard the song, I was like, what in the world? It was such a dark song about Caroline, his wife. He was like, she's a slut, she's a whore, and I was like, wow. And we had these young kids behind us in the choir, like,
Right.
and he was like, and even the look on their face when they were like, I like, wow. And but put it all together, I think Hal saw what he saw with
Right.
the filming and beautiful. And I was gonna go to Europe with him in Australia.
Huh.
I did go to Australia with him, but then we was gonna go do a Europe tour.
Okay.
And 3 days before the tour, Denzel came up and told Alex they need me to come down and do shoots for the movie. And I was like, oh. So I had to get, and Lou was upset. I just knew the friendship was over. And he tried, and I was supposed to do a show with him like the next, couple of months for Prospect Park. And they tried not to get me to do the show because they was mad with me. And the people at Prospect Park said, so where's Sharon? And he had to call my manager, and they like 2 days before the show, like, come down and do this stuff. And I was like, yeah. And when I saw, like, Lou, it's me, Sharon. He like, I know. And he kept walking. I was like, oh my God. So I ran behind him. I said, Lou, please. And I just grabbed him. I think I must grab him pretty hard there. I know I don't know my own strength sometimes, but I grabbed him. I said, Lou, please. I said, Lou, give me a hug. Don't walk away from me. And he was like, so how was the movie with Denzel? I'm like, the movie was great, but oh, Lou, and then he told me Anthony wasn't there. So I can understand. He didn't have me, he didn't have Anthony. But we reconciled, and everything is good.
So, you went from wedding band and being a prison guard
Yeah,
to I have to turn down Lou Reed to go work with Denzel
I
Washington.
know, right? Isn't that something? I mean, just think about that, right? I had to turn someone
Oh man,
down.
I gotta turn down Lou Reed
I was
to
like,
do a
come on, Lou.
movie
But
with
I even
Denzel.
told him, I said, Lou, that's Denzel, Forrest Whitaker. Oprah.
Oprah was there.
Harpo, she produced it. That's a Harpo. Come on now. I even told Lou,
Jealous.
he would have did the same thing. But it was cool. It was all good, all good.